My time is yours. Go ahead. What's wrong with me? Cosmic. I think I'm dying. Could you be more specific?
I was ordained to right the rights and wrong the wrongs. Time to get off the stage you've been on for too long. Trinitize, stabilize like a tripod. Vocalize, burn a hole straight through your iPod. Hit it you run, spit some shit you done. Now we keep our sword sharp, used to rhyme for fun. That's the thing with all these pests, man, you bitter you stung. Rub them the wrong way, now they getting their gun. Wouldn't pull a burner, I'd rather be a learner than a teacher. Meet you halfway, maybe we could reach the higher destination. Fire emanations at the liar's expectations. Trapped within the labyrinth and wonder how we made it. Feeling aggravated cause your rhyme style's dated. Hope's been baited, gas chamber poison sprayed. Put on a good show but stop acting too hard. Best to have your dues called before you flash the do-guard.
You are a true believer. Blessings of respect. Blessings of the masses. The all-marvelous subject of the divine. Created in the image of man. By the masses. For the masses.
Grimy teeth like scripture, blood splatters paint the picture, taste a mixture concocted from the bones of twisted sisters. Fulfill the sentence, official sacrificial heads, man, just a dead man. Leave your last will inside the bedpan. Resurrected mentally dead, starving artists instrumentally fed. Prime Minotaur, assassinate the prime minister. Hostile enemy watchers, predators nostrils spot ya. Satanic sensitivity, a slice of psycho witch doctors. Can't rationalize, scorching ash in your eyes from burning gas in the sky. Where the passengers fly, between a laugh and a cry. Survivors asking me why, how could God let this happen? Loss of innocent lives. Blind man follows plan, 85 don't overstand. Iron feet stand over graves, those who sunk in the sand. Didn't offer a hand, little marketing plan. Aimed at fans to spend a ton, wouldn't cough up a gram. Saber-tooth vampire. You think you try blaze, you're getting blazed in the fire of your own desire. Chain sneakers and attire, every other material thing that you acquire. As you perspire, we form an empire of scholars to ask you if you for the almighty dollar. Call each other dog cause gods don't wear collars. Millennium ballers used to read scrolls in 93. Now suddenly in 2G's it's about guns and money. And only some see through the image that you try to make so deep. So deep you got sucked under when your brain fell asleep. And seven thunders had to crash you for your blasphemous speech. Your arms too short to reach, should've listened to priests. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Encyclopedia Galactica 1162. Entrance 414. Undoubtedly the most interesting aspect of 414 is all space fire.
Space stage. We're living in the space stage. We're living in the space stage.
Encyclopedia Galactica, arcane data trafficker. Entries in the journal, pencil hits the page after the star date captured. The Stargate raptured. Warp torpedoes of thought, exports mapped the constellations of neurons, micro to macros. Complete the loop, Shiva the destroyer, dance tap toes. Black foes, white heroes, vice versa. All weapons are inadequate to fight the battle. First of all, stand tall. It's the all anew, all in you. From within the darkest chambers, it is calling you. Dispel the sinister fears that block your inner ears. Listen up, all you starving young artist you didn't hear. Break bread, awake fed, shake dread from the heart. 8 head past tense, brain pain isn't part of the roadmap. Show that, lead by example. Wild animals straight from the pack and get trampled by wildebeest. Killed the feast upon your muscle tissue. Numb by pollution, ignorant of troubled issues. Find meaning in the oddest of places. Said meant to be shine gleaming. Got us to waste intelligently. Pluck diamonds from the rough, enough gems from the muck. Only valuable to those shit out of luck, so give a fuck. Suck poison from the wound if you bitten by the snake. Medicine that is real, hidden by what is fake.
Space stage. We're living in the space stage. We're living in the space stage. We're living in the space stage.
Sleepless creatures rest assured now. Wake to bless the pure, embark endlessly on the eternal quest for more. Endure the preamble as we tore through the brambles. In the midst of the blackest night, we lit candles. Grow the dendrite tree. The pen might be the mightiest tool for peace and quiet to fight free from the grips of oppression. Slip dip from the session. The unheard now plug clips into the weapon. Buck shots at the altar. Surgeon's hand falters. Sever synapses, relapses into altered states. Mates procreate. Creative copulation. Just state for 9 months, then add to population. Waited with bated breath for those who evaded death. Disbanded negative emotions, only elated left. Invaded death, dumb and blind. Trip, fall, fell to climb. Sensory overload. You bluffing, nothing left to find.
Space stage. We're living in the space stage. We're living in a space stage. No matter who you are, no matter what you say, no matter where you be.
My father told me once that I could reach the ear of God, that words and letters would guide me to reach beyond myself, to know the world as whole again. And like the ancient mystics, God would flow through me.
I appear on the throne of Ra to open the ways of the Ku, lighten the ways of the Ka, so the ways of the Cobs run through. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, MCs feel regret, smoking wet with coke nostrils. Not hostile, just a modern day apostle, here to spread the gospel. But most are too confused to absorb the good news. They try and blow a fuse, subconsciously refuse the path to wisdom. So I choose to give them the skeleton key. I'm telling them be free within the mind, and inevitably you'll see how to climb the life tree. The knowledge between good and evil reveals the feeble, like rifle scopes from church steeples. Truth goes down like a needle. Slight instance of pain, then euphoria flows through the vein. The immaculate stain remains vain, and egotistical actions fail to gain traction. Hear the roar of the kraken as it gets slain by axemen.
What's a mystic?
A mystic is a person who believes you can talk, really connect with God. Not just pray, but have God listen. And sometimes, in special cases, have God talk back.
I appear on the throne of Ra to open the ways of the Ku, lighten the ways of the Ka, so the ways of the Cobs run through. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, Come with me and we can see what kind of time we find. Up the spine we climb until we find the mind. Chime your bells, align the gates of hell with the halls we dwell. Architecture of the planes of matter fell, evicted from our planetary strata. Contrary to the overwhelming conflicting data, do we have what it takes to combat a league of evil armies? Will we be besieged and harm the chance for survival of the light which resides inside all? Claim back the title when life signs are no longer vital, and it's time for recital of the right spells. Will you find yourself in heaven, or have you just lived lived a life in hell, a slave to someone else's wealth. Come to find the powers that be who care less about your health and control the media to make you doubt yourself. Stay dumb, deaf, and blind till the day that you bury. The only hope that we have is every evolutionary steps of paupers, potentates, to words, paragraphs form like the perfect storm. From the gateway of the sun, Amen Ra is born.
God in the words? See, God is the words. The spoken words, the utterances. How do we reach the ear of God?
Shema Adonai Kli Yikra.
Exactly. We speak with Him.
My father told me once that words and letters hold all the secrets of the universe. That in their shapes and sounds, I could find everything and see beyond myself to something special, perfect. My father told me once that I could reach the ear of God.
Hey. Let me look at your hand. Fine. You left-handed, right-handed?
Right.
Give it to me. Let's see. This is your heart line and your head line and your lifeline. You have a very strange line. You see this here? That split?
Where?
Right here?
It's a paper cut.
No, it's not funny. See, according to this, you're already dead.
Mental infidel, free thinker, battleship sinker, hit your grid with triangular attacks. We slid under your radar. Blip, blip, rhymes register as quasars. Get hit, eyelids conceal lasers to blaze scars on the earth's crust. In God we trust, tectonic plates shift dust from the dinosaurs. Silent weapons, quiet wars at Zion's doors. 70 and 6 trillion more permutations at the core of the spiritual war. Raw material, venereal pores of Mother Earth are all covered with sores. She can't give birth, cause her guts were dug for what it was worth. Her feelings were hurt. Now the lava spurt is the only orgasm. Quake open up the chasm, spectral phantasm, rectal man spasm, plotting on Sodom and got something for Gomorrah. A biblical proportion never will ignore a trumpet when it's blown. You're all stones in glass houses, attached to your spouses, nuclear families, doused with tragedies, the split atom disease, genealogy trees is blowing in the breeze. Autumn of the soul, fall from grace, next we freeze. In a winter cost from fallout, the lost souls call out, the core engine stall out. We need to jump it, pump it, get the pistons turning, start enlisting more soldiers, get them learning. What smolders after burning is the yearning to survive, but what's not physical will still thrive. Energy which can't be destroyed, so when in the darkness embrace the void, erase the paranoid. Troops are deployed, airplane hopping, we still plotting on the system instinctively, distinctively giving definitions to the mysteries.
Get me out of here.
Where do you want to go? Home? This is your home. You're dead.
Dead. No. Alive. I'm not dead.
What are you then?
I'm alive.
Then what are you doing here?
I don't know. This isn't happening.
What is happening?
Get me out of here.
There is no out of here. Don't you remember?
Storyteller, 7-story dweller, Rockefeller of esoteric wealth, Mesoamerican elf, tree spirit, echoes from the mound of the magician. Can you hear it? Don't fear it, bow humbly when you're near it. Abandon ego, beware law of contagion. Anonymity is timeless, meanwhile we're all aging. We live in the days of overtime, and overtime we have seen foretold events unfold that seem like a bad dream. Perfect storm, disease, bombs, tsunamis, and World War III. Much more than 2 armies, so few harm me. Let's know what I talk about. Find me in the outback, aboriginal on walkabout with didgeridoos. The shamans hidden these clues within the labyrinth of language most tend to confuse. Metaphor for analogy, they soar towards the fallacy. Teach lies to each child and war for the salary. They bury me up to my knees and throw stones, but Shalom is my home, protected by the omnitone. I stand between the pillars of Miss Patton's deck. Goddess prostrates on the phallus when the god is erect. To receive the seed, complete the deed, conceive the new Horus. Problems of the modern day recurring like a chorus. Eve's evil apple swallowing. Trace the Nazarene scrolls from the chapel of Rosalind to the temple of Solomon. Under the ruins of Herod we go, standing on the rubble of Jericho with the Abednego on the junior warden's pedestal. Industry created a sonic trap. This is Masonic rap. I whisper passwords through the phonic tap. And though they'd rather not hear me, they have no choice but to fear me, because I do what I love dearly, and all things hidden from plain sight see clearly.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, so let it be, in God we trust. Dance, and join the hands, and let us sing. Sing out glory in the skies, with autumn and defiance fling our purpose against destiny. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, so let it be, in God we trust.
The planet has been spinning for 5 billion years. We've only been around for the past 250,000. There were 6 major extinction events before we even crawled out of the slime. So who's to say that one of them didn't wipe out a great civilization? There's another thing.
Generations of civilization lost in antiquity, obscured by catastrophe, cycle of obliquity, origins of symbolism, esoteric mysticism, psychological genesis, oldest religion, cataclysm, at a schism, astrologically retrace steps of evolution through microbiology, alien bacteria, reptilian recreation, ancient astronauts, genetic manipulation, turning of the Milky Ocean is the Milky Way, great serpent grasped by Vishnu is in fact our DNA, cult of Osiris, Hermetic brotherhood of light, Kon-Tiki Viracocha, Jaguar of the night, thunderbolt of Yahweh, omnipresent Hunab Ku, pedagogic precursor, devotional deja vu, earth crust displacement, Professor Charles Hapgood, Antarctic Atlantis, ice age misunderstood, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins. Utnapishta Noah, navigate the deluge, flood myth is universal, prerequisite of prelude, monumental head of the mighty Olmec, crowns the towering totem of the teeming Toltec, far from holding text in the jungles of the ghetto, where many prying hands force them to let go of the secrets of the past. In his sacrificial flash, high priest turns to ash in a burning temple's glass, hourglass of earth foretold in the old scripts, forgotten tale of the magnetic pole flip, Egyptian godly titles parallel the Aztec names, gargantuan glyphs found on the Nazca plains, desert tombs and fly zones, winter of the dry bone, megalithic stone withstand the center of the cyclone, intrinsically within the center of the prism, be one planet under mathematics indivisibly, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins. 10 faces of the universe, 7 tongues of God, Buddha's fertile rain, Zeus's lightning rod, sun, moon, a master, painted in the plaster, centuries of chisel cuts from the rough ashlar, instantaneous eruption, cultured complexity, seemingly unparalleled until the next to be, defined divine men, chronological confinement, architectural remnants, astrological alignments, shapeshift creatrix, sacred cosmology, archaeology of ancient paleography, Voynich manuscript, exercising cryptographics, hoax of the Colburn Bible, lies and cipher tactics, transmitters ageless, unspoken name faceless, eternal transfiguration, odorless and tasteless, deformation, the disfiguration, lost within the stations of cosmic calculations, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins.
Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world.
The music is different here. The vibrations are different. Not like Planet Ray. Planet Ray's sound of guns, anger, frustration. There was no one to talk to it when Planet Ray could understand. It would affect their vibrations, for the better, of course. Another place in the universe, up under different stars. They could drink in the beauty of this planet. Equation-wise, the first thing to do is to consider time as officially ended. We work on the other side of time. We bring them here through either isotope teleportation, transmolecularization, or better still, teleport the whole planet here through music.